like your tea? Piping hot, ice cold, honey, sugar, or what about with milk? Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Taminique, where we're not just sipping tea, we're spilling it too. Today's brew is a bilingual multimedia storyteller, host, solo mom, and student, Aida Ozuna. Aida, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So tell me, or tell them, I know how we met, but tell them how we met.
It's actually crazy how we met. Coming on like PA Live. So I was representing Adopt a Single Mom, which is like a nonprofit. And yeah, that's how we met.
And it's so crazy because I feel like you're downplaying the story a little bit because she was so excited when you came into the studio. You were so excited, but also you weren't just excited to be on the show. You were excited because it's part of what you want to do in your life. Yeah. So tell us about what is it that you want to do.
Absolutely. So I am I'm currently studying broadcast media, specializing in audio and video communications. So essentially, I've been creating since I was young, but like now I'm taking it like professionally, doing it and going for it.
So you said you've been creating since you were young. Is this what you always knew that you wanted to do?
Honestly, at heart, I think I did. I didn't have like a name to it. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be like a filmmaker, or, you know, but I knew that I wanted to create. Like, I've been creating on like, I don't know if you know, but the Nintendo DSi's had a little camera.
I know.
I was like graphic designing before that was even a thing. I had iPads and I would create like short films on my iPad. So it was fun.
For me, I kind of knew this was always something I wanted to do because for Christmas one year, my mom gave my sister and I like a peak video camera. Ooh. And so for Thanksgiving the next year, we would go around filming. Like, you remember MTV Cribs?
Yes.
We would go around filming
Welcome to my crib.
Yes, we would go around filming little videos throughout the whole house. And so like I've always had like a known that I wanted to do something in media, but like I didn't. Yeah. Was your family into media?
No. So like, and everything that I'm doing, I'm like the first to do it. So it feels always like isolating. It's like, I feel like the black sheep of my family because it's like, where did I get this from?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, my dad planted the seed. So my dad would always have a camera in his hands, like VHS tapes. We would watch like home videos, like stuff like that. So I think he planted the seed. I just didn't know, you know, where I would end up.
Yeah. So where was your first start? Was it school? I know you said you were doing little videos. What were some of those videos that you were filming?
Honestly, like home videos, like skits and stuff like that with like my little cousins. Yeah.
Do you write the scripts? Or were these like reality skits that y'all were filming?
So like reality, we would do like skits and like just like off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're bilingual. English, we know you speak. What is the other language that you speak?
Yeah, so I speak Spanish as well. So I'm Dominican American. My family was born in Dominican Republic, but I was born in Florida.
How has your upbringing influenced the work that you do?
I would say Dominican Republic is simple. Like, we are able to appreciate the beauty of things, not like the U.S. where it's like consumerism and like it's always constantly something to strive for and to do, which is great. But like Dominican Republic is just like appreciating the simple things in life. And I think that influences my work now.
Yeah. You talk about navigating creativity while balancing. You're a mom.
I am.
When I first looked at you, I was like, no, she's not. What's the secret?
Honestly, God.
Really?
And prayer.
Talk about it. Because when we had a whole conversation when we met at PA Live about so much stuff. So I'm trying to remember everything you said. But one of those things that we really connected on was our faith. How has your faith played a huge part in not even just the content you create, but just your life?
I would say faith has been grounding for me because I wouldn't have the strength to do it by myself. So that's my camera there. I was raised in church, and honestly, that was part of like my upbringing. But I would say God ultimately is the grounding, like he grounds me. I can't do it without him.
Yeah, I feel that. I was also raised in a church, but I didn't have I believe that everyone that is raised in a church should have their own relationship with God. Once you start to get older, like, don't just think you're going to heaven because your parents raised you in a church and they said you're going to heaven. Like, you have to have that, your own connection and your own relationship with the Lord. My own relationship came from when I was in college, and I just got out of a breakup.
Woo.
And it wasn't super bad though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't bad. But then also literally at the same time we were in the same friend group. So I felt like our friends were choosing sides, and it was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, one thing my mom always told me was, because I felt so alone, she always told me when I was younger, was God will never leave Taminique. And she said that on the 5 fingers. And so that was my coming to Jesus moment. Like that was my time in life where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really pursue my relationship with the Lord. I wonder what it was for you.
I would say for me, similar to you, like a breakup. So I actually moved out at the age of 17.
Really?
So as soon as I graduated, I was like, I'm leaving, Mom. And, she was against that, but she was like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it, So, and I was stubborn at 17. I thought I had it all figured out. So I moved at the age of 17, trying to navigate, like I dropped out of college and everything like that. And I ended up having my son at 20 years old, but I found out I was pregnant at 19. Yeah. So just imagine 19-year-old you, like you're pregnant. So I honestly, that was the point in time that Jesus really found me, like God. Because I felt so alone. I was isolated. I was in a relationship that did not align with me, toxic relationship. Yeah. So I would say God was the one that was covering me throughout that really dark period of time.
Talk to me about this college experience, because I feel like we connect there a little bit too, because I don't think I've told anybody at the station here yet. So you'll be the first person that knows. But when I was in college, my first semester, I actually got kicked out. Oh. I wasn't doing nothing bad, though. It was for my grades, because I let a boy mess me up. I let a boys. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. And so my college experience, like, I didn't drop out. I got kicked out, and literally the next semester they let me back in after I appealed the whole decision. So walk me through your first, because you're in college now, but walk me through your first couple of years in college. What was that like for you?
So I decided to go to college at the age of 17, and it's the polar opposite to what I'm doing now for criminal justice. I could have sworn I was going to be like a police officer, really? FBI. Yeah, like I was really going to get into that industry. But then I was like, I actually didn't even finish my semester. I ended up dropping out. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
So was it because, and I'm asking this, and I'll tell you why I'm asking this after. Was it because of your major? Like specifically, you weren't in love with your major? Because obviously you're in love with film, photography, and media now. Did that play a part of it?
I think so, yeah. Like my heart wasn't truly in it. I think I wanted to do it to like, as a first generation, you want to be able to please your parents. Like, I'm going to college. You guys sacrificed all of this for me. Like, let me do this for you. But ultimately, you can't live life
based off somebody else.
Exactly, like what they want to do.
Yeah, the reason why I asked, because when I first went to college, my first semester, I was a psychology major. I wanted to be a mental health therapist.
I could see that
for adolescents, right? I wanted that. My first semester, obviously you're in your gen ed courses. So my psychology class, I was not excited at all. I'm dreading going to the classes that I did go when I was going to class. But then the second semester, when I switched to communication after talking to somebody about their major being communication, I kid you not, when I was in my psychology classes, I'm in the back row, I'm on my phone, I'm on my computer, I'm not doing nothing focused on class, right? When I was in my communication classes,
the first row,
front row, who wants to answer me? I'm asking questions, I'm early to class, I'm going to office hours, I'm doing it all. And it really highlights just what you said, like, do your passion, follow your passion. Yes, your parents are there, but I feel like they're gonna love you regardless. And when I switched my major, I was so scared to tell my mom, because I was like, I thought she was gonna be mad at me. I thought she was so proud to say that her daughter was going to college, get a psychology degree. I wanted to have my PhD, but as soon as I told her, she was like, I knew that's what you want to do anyway. Why did it take you so long to realize that? So what was your moment in your life where you're like, this is what I want to pursue? Like when did you switch your major? Was it the second time you went back to college?
See, that's the thing. Like after I dropped out of college, I actually went for massage therapy. So I decided to go to like the trading route. So like I studied so it was spa therapy. So massage therapy and esthetician, like combined. So it was like a certification. And I swear that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. But then I'm like, nope, I'm pivoted to like media. So I think the switch was creating my YouTube channel at 19 years old. I'm like, wow, like I love this. And I didn't have like all the fancy cameras and gear that I have now. I started with like an iPhone like 8 and I would edit my YouTube videos on that little iPhone 8.
So tell me about this YouTube channel, because girl, I got one too. We are so connected. Oh, I love you, girl. So tell me, what type of videos do you post on your channel?
Yeah, so I post just like motherhood and entrepreneurship and I would say
Lifestyle content.
yeah, lifestyle, like
just follow me
motherhood,
around.
entrepreneurship. I would say now I want to pivot more into like short films and storytelling. So
When you were younger, were you talking in the mirror like you're doing your makeup or
Yes.
your skincare, and you're like, okay, guys, so
welcome back to
today
my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Was that what pivoted you to create your YouTube channel? Were you nervous at first?
Honestly, I did it out of like self-expression. So when I did start, I was in that relationship that I talked about. So I needed an outlet. I needed someone to talk to. I needed to express what I was feeling, and YouTube was that outlet for me.
Yeah.
And I was able to like find community by just being myself. So YouTube honestly changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
When I started YouTube, I was so nervous. I'm like, what if they judge me when I'm posting this video? Like, here I am walking around with my iPhone too. I didn't have no fancy equipment either. So for someone who may be watching, what would you say to them? Because now it's so popular to be an influencer. It's so popular to do YouTube. It's popular to do Twitch, stream, everything. But like, there's so many people that want to do that, but they're very nervous and very scared to do that. So what were you telling Aida, how do you say it again?
Ada,
I apologize. What were you
good.
telling Ada in that moment before you posted your very first video?
Honestly, that my story is unique. So yes, there are a whole bunch of options, a lot of these different creators, but I wanted to create content that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I didn't see a single mom, navigating career and trying to figure out her life. Like I didn't really see a lot of that content, so I created it myself.
Yeah, and when you create content, some people think you're creating content to go viral.
Yeah, I mean, some people do.
Yeah, but you were creating it to be authentic. Talk about how important it is to be authentic in the specific content that you were creating.
I think it's super important because ultimately you need to be able to create content that's evergreen, that people can.
Ooh.
Yes.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
You need to be able to create content that people can look back on for years to come. Content that ages well. You don't want to create like, day in the life, like that's cool.
Yeah.
And like trends and stuff like that. But like you need to be able to create content that provides value to someone's life and actually makes an impact, leaves an impact, because people will remember you.
Yeah.
Like I went 3 years without posting, and I'm recently back on social media. And people are like, oh my God, like, it's amazing to see your journey, So, like, people are inspired and people remember you. Strangers will remember your story because you're authentic.
Wow. I'm just so mind blown because you are so mature. You're so beautiful. Hear you talk about your story. Like, yes, it might not always be beautiful, like to get to who we are today, but like you can see it. You can see the growth. You can see the smile. You can see the passion in everything that you do.
Thank you.
I'm just enamored. I'm just literally enamored at you. So we're gonna talk about representation in media. You are bilingual. You are Dominican. You are in America.
That's
How
right.
is seeing yourself on screen? Because you're here now.
Yes.
You're working in the field. How has that been like for you?
Honestly, it's layered, because I would say a lot of representation isn't, like, it's not shown. Like, I don't see a lot of people that look like me in these type of spaces. Like, I think now it's more common, but it's hard navigating so many different identities, like American culture and Dominican culture in America. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. When you were in school, were you the only person that looked like you in your classes?
I currently
am.
Now,
Even now. How is that for you? How do you navigate being in those spaces?
I navigate it, like, sometimes I'm down on myself, like, dang, like, I'm the only one, but I also think of it as an advantage. Like, I have a different perspective. I have experience. I have, like, all of these different things that I grew up on. So, like, I can utilize and leverage to create content that is meaningful.
Yeah. I grew up in private schools, so predominantly white schools. I'm one of maybe out of the whole school, like one of 800, and my sister was there too.
Yeah.
But like, it is very hard, and you kind of go through that identity shift. Before we go to break, tell us about if you did go through an identity crisis per se while you were in school.
Yeah, I think I still am. I feel like it's really hard navigating it, but I would say that, man, I'm still figuring it out every day.
I feel that. I feel like even me as a 26-year-old Black woman, I know who I am.
Yeah.
But like having to, I don't want to say downplay who you are sometimes.
But simmer down.
Yes. In those specific spaces can be very, very, it's a little bit awkward, and you kind of have to figure out how to navigate through that. We're going to talk more about this right after the break. Welcome back to Spilling the Tea with Tia Monique. In case you missed the first half, today's brew is a bilingual multimedia storyteller, host, solo mom, and student. The list goes on and on. Aida Ozuna, once again, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So before we went to break, we were kind of talking about being the only one that looks like us in our class, and how that shapes our life experiences a little bit, kind of having to, what's the word I'm looking for? Shapeshift.
Yes.
That's a good one. That is a good one. And we're talking about how to not do that. So you said you were that's currently your life right now. That's what you're living. What have you been telling yourself to get out of that mindset, to kind of show up and be authentically you in these spaces?
That my culture matters. I feel like I've felt this way because I haven't found people that look like me. But recently, I actually came across a lot of different, like, Dominican creators online, of course. You know, we live in PA, so you don't see a lot of people that look like us. But I would say online, I found creatives that are, like, so inspiring, so talented. And it's like, wow, I feel seen. And, like, I always felt like I was the only one doing, like, what I'm doing, like, media, film, storytelling. But finding other people that are Dominican from the same culture, I'm like, wow, this is so inspiring. Yeah. So I would say finding other people that help, like, motivate me to keep going.
Did your faith play a part in that, in you figuring out who you were as you navigate these spaces looking just like you?
Absolutely, because God created us like in the image of Him. So it's like we need to walk in that.
One thing that I started telling myself, because coming here, like, what's the word where you feel like, it's a term where you get in a space and you feel like you don't belong in it.
Imposter syndrome.
Yes. And I was just a part of, a couple months ago, I was a part of a little, like, panel where it was, like, specifically minority women. And we talked about our experiences being in, like, predominantly white spaces. But we talked about, like, one of the ladies, she was a therapist, and she talked about how imposter syndrome is not real.
It's made up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she hit to the core. I wonder, what are your thoughts on that?
I would say imposter syndrome, like, I feel it. I'm not going to lie. I do feel it from time to time. But then I have to remind myself, like, no, like, my story is unique. Yeah. Someone's going to benefit from this. Yeah. Someone is, like, craving this type of story. Someone is wanting to see a young mom, single mom, working, going to college, like, navigating career, like, all of these different things. So
one thing I had to tell myself recently, because moving here, this is my first TV host job. My previous job, I was just an on-air talent, so, like, kind of think of like a reporter for the lifestyle show. So, but, like, I was fully trained to do what I do now, so don't think I wasn't qualified. But I came and I was like, ooh, what if I'm not? Like, I feel underqualified. Like, some of these people have been doing this for years, and this is my third year doing it. And so, but one thing that I had to tell myself, and faith plays a huge part of it too, is if I wasn't meant to be in this room, the Lord wouldn't have put me in that room.
That's right.
And I feel like that is something that so many people have to relate on or just rely on, is like, if you weren't meant to be in that room, if you weren't meant to share your story, if everything that led up to being who you are today, it was meant to happen for a reason, and you are supposed to share your story. So for people who get scared to share their story, for people who might feel like this might be too dark, or I feel like no one's going to relate to this, what would you say to them?
I would say don't listen to that. That's just like your negative thoughts and, like, intrusive thoughts trying to take over. But someone out there is waiting for you. Yeah. Like, someone out there is feeling how you felt before you started, creating the content, before you even had the thought to create it. Like someone else out there is feeling isolated, is feeling like they need to see someone that looks exactly like them. Yeah. So do it. Like, don't listen to that.
Your dream career. I was when I saw this, I was like, what? Your dream career is to be a digital nomad. Tell me about it. Or tell us what it is, first of all, for some people might not know what that is. And then tell us how you got there.
Yeah, so a digital nomad is essentially someone that is able to work from anywhere in the world, or like not in a traditional workspace. So I want to be able to like work from like a beach or like work on my laptop at a coffee shop. Like I want to be able to travel the world with my son and just live life.
Do you have a specific spot that you want to, like if you digital nomad, so nomad for those who don't, like you can just go up
anywhere.
Get up and go wherever. Anywhere. So kind of think like remote if they're not fully got the grasp of it. But is there a specific place, like if you were to have a home base?
Honestly, Dominican Republic. So I have dual citizenship. Thankfully, yes. Thankfully to my mom, I'm super grateful for her. But yeah, I have dual citizenship in Dominican Republic. So like my goal is to like, get my money up here and be able to like invest in property out there.
Have you been there before?
I have.
Tell us about Dominican Republic, because I've never been, but I love to travel.
You have to go. So Dominican Republic is hot, of course, tropical, Caribbean, great food, great fruits, like anything you can think of, like you can probably find it in Dominican Republic. And people are welcoming. Like Dominicans, we love hospitality and showing people love. So yeah.
And one of your hidden talents, I wonder if we'll see this in a video. I wonder if we'll see this here. Right now, you love to sing.
I do.
Where did this love for singing come from?
Honestly, my dad, growing up in a church, like I would always hear him sing like gospel songs and like, always growing up around music. So my dad definitely instilled that love of singing.
Do you sing now?
I do sing, and randomly, like I actually wrote a song called Blue. Like I was sad. Like I feel like a lot of my creativity comes from like moments of like emotions and like sadness, and I kind of find a way to escape. So I ended up writing a song, and so.
Do you have a favorite singer?
That's hard. I like a lot of, so maybe genre I could say.
Okay, give me genre.
I like jazz.
Ooh.
I like
I just love this girl. I love jazz. I love jazz music.
So jazz, like soul. I'm sorry, you cracking me up.
No, because I'm like, we literally have so much in common, and I knew that when I first met you. So that's why I was like, you have to be the first guest.
Which I'm honored.
But like, just learning even more about him, like, where have you been this whole time that I've been in PA? Like, girl, what?
I gotta show you around.
Oh my. Okay, so you love jazz.
I love jazz.
Soul.
Yes.
What else?
Christian rap. I really like Christian rap.
Christian rap.
I gotta put you on. So like, there's a rapper named Isaac Mansfield, I think. So he does a lot of like Christian rap. So I like that. Like, yeah.
Would you ever consider like turning singing into a career?
I might. So I had the thought of creating like an EP. So like nothing serious, maybe not a career, but like just showcasing and like expressing myself. Yeah. So I would say I don't limit myself to just one medium. Yeah. Like I love photography, I love film, I love to sing. Like I want to be able to do it all. I don't want to box myself into
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about photography, because you love going around PA taking the most beautiful pictures. Are people telling you to go these places, or are these places that you've been and you loved before? Like, I always wanted to go there, so let me go check it out and let me bring my camera with me too.
These are places that I randomly find. So I like being able to, I think this is why I did my digital nomad. Like that's my goal, because I love being able to switch up my environment.
Yeah.
I love like adventures. I love different views. I love finding hidden spots. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of Jim Thorpe. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's like a little town bit. Here. Yeah. It's a little town here. You should go in the fall. But like just finding new gems. I think a lot of people, I've been in PA for a while, but a lot of people, it's like, oh, there's nothing to do out here. There is, if you look for it, and you'll find it.
So if my girl, you need any recommendations. One thing I really want to talk about, because we talked about him just a little bit, mentioned him a couple times, but your son.
Yes.
Tell me about your son.
Yes, my 6-year-old son, his name is Josiah, super curious. And honestly, he's watching everything. He's watching the evolution. I bring him to, like, recently brought him to school.
Really?
For, like, studio. Yeah, the semester was over, but he was just, like, in awe of, like, wow, this is your school.
Yeah.
And, like, so yeah, I'm, like, raising him up to do whatever he wants, but, like, immersing him in the creative space too.
How has having a son like driven you to want to go even harder? Because you have ambition, I can tell just hearing you talk about it, from going to school to massage therapy, back to school.
I live like 13 lives.
Literally. But how has having your son impacted your life, of saying, like, I'm not just getting it for me, I'm getting it for him?
I think honestly, he was the motivation. I think I had ambition, but I was more complacent. I think now it's like, wow, my son is watching me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be able to build, like, wealth, generational wealth, and, like, break generational curses, and for him to witness all of that. So he's been a big impact.
This is your first kid.
It is.
I just had a nephew. I'm completely obsessed with him. He's 1 year old. Your boy is 6 years old. What is something that I should look out for as he starts to grow older and reach 6 years of age in a couple years?
Honestly, independence.
Really?
Like, they're like,
I can tell.
Yeah, it's like, Mom, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm like, my baby. He's like, I'm not a baby. I'm like,
I see my nephew on the phone all the time, and my sister's trying to help him. And he's like, when he wants to eat, like, she's trying to feed him, he picks up the phone. He got it. What would you tell first-time moms out there who may be going through life transitions? Because you've been through a couple of transitions in your life. What would you tell them?
I would say embrace each season. I would say, some people say, like, oh, it gets easier. Like, it doesn't get easier. Yeah. It's a different season. Like, it's a different journey. You need to be able to embrace the infant stage, and then the toddler stage, and now the school age. Like, you need to be able to embrace each season, because time flies. I would have never thought that I would be a mom for 6 years, almost 7 years on my own too. So it's crazy.
I can sit and talk to Aida all day. We have so much in common, but I have to let her go. But before we go, tell people how they can connect with you, how we can get these recommendations on places to go in PA.
Yeah, so you can definitely check me out on YouTube at Aida Ozuna. Basically, all platforms, Aida Ozuna. Check me out there.
Well, perfect. Thank you, love, for sharing a cup of tea with me. Let's cheers. We got to cheers before we go.
That's right.
Cheers. Boop. And thank you guys for tuning in to an episode of Spilling the Tea.